I'm trying to finish up some final little projects here on the restoration of my W116 300SD. And you know, if you're like me, you know, you always have dreams of doing all these little projects on your car. And if they're not pressing, they tend to get kind of delayed. Well, I've had these parts here sitting in a box for I think 5 years. So I finally decided, okay, let's open up the sunroof and just let's see how the seals look. I mean, they look okay, but I thought, oh, maybe it's time. And sure enough, this felt seal down the side here, it may look okay, but all you have to do is get in there like here and just start rubbing on it, and look, it just starts to disintegrate. Just starts to disintegrate. So the side seals need to be replaced. This front seal is still a little bit flexible, but it's starting to show some cracking on the corners along this front edge. And then I'm looking down in here, I'm just starting to see a little bit of rust. A little bit of rust down here in these forward drain holes. So I want to take care of that right away. So I think what I'll do is, you know, I'm just going to bite the bullet. If you want to replace your sunroof seals, there are 2 side seals like you see here that there's a bracket in here, they screw right on the side. There's a front seal that presses in the groove along this front edge here. And then there is this rear seal right here on the back of the roof panel itself. The only way to replace this seal is you have to remove the roof. And you may be thinking, well, I don't want to take the roof out, you know, it's too much work. So I'm just going to replace the side ones and the front ones. Well, I'm going to beg to differ with you on that, because you may think it's too much work, but in the end, you're going to be far better off. Because if you've watched any of my other videos about lubrication, you know that the #1 problem you're going to run into with these power or manual sunroofs is lack of lubrication. And you know, I have lubricated the tracks down here with the Mercedes sunroof grease. I've taken a brush and, you know, every couple years I put some lubricant in there, but that's not enough. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the panel, because I want to replace the rear seal as well. And when I get that panel out, I can clean, inspect the felt pads, clean and lube the slides, lubricate the cable, and I can, you know, take this air dam out and get in there and touch up the rust. So, you know, this is something that if you have one of these old 1985 and older Mercedes-Benz that have either a power or a manual sunroof, this is a job you want to do. And I'm going to encourage you to probably do it now. You know, we're finding a lot of these parts, we can still get these seals, by the way. They're getting more and more expensive. And that is the first sign that they may no longer be available. So we don't know how much longer we'll be able to even get the seals for the sunroof. So I would, even if you don't want to do the job right away, I would recommend you pick up one of these seal kits while they're still affordable and even still available. Now we have kits on our website that come with complete instructions on how to get that panel out and how to, because it's a little tricky to install these seals. We also have I have a manual that talks about getting the sunroof out, lubricated, adjusted properly. So if you need help, need any resources on your power non-tilting sunroof, then I highly recommend you just go to my website. Just put sunroof in the search box and it'll take you to all the resources we have. And if you have a tilting sunroof, you're going to see probably the best video manuals available anywhere in the world on my website in how to take apart and fix and troubleshoot and repair a Mercedes tilting sunroof. That can be a lot of fun and very frustrating if you've never done it before and you don't have the proper information to do it yourself. So I hope that you'll just take that to heart. Keep in mind, some of these parts are getting harder and harder to find, so I highly recommend some of these jobs you've been putting off like me, go ahead and do them now.